For this video, I turned Play-Doh into paint and created some artwork. So a few weeks back on my channel, I created a huge Play-Doh sculpture with 200 plus cans of this stuff. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll link it below. And as you know, in this video, I'm going to be painting with Play-Doh. So artistic. Yeah, so sometimes I do really weird things, but if you never want to miss those weird things, please subscribe to become a member of the family and turn bell notifications on so you never miss a new upload from me, which happens every single week. Boop, 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 boop. Now, without further ado, let's juggle on into the Play-Doh painting. That is so lame, but let's see if I can, wow. I didn't plan that. Yes, got a couple. Let's get painting. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is prep the Play-Doh by taking out a little bit, squishing it with my fingers to work it girl. Just knead it slightly to smooth it out, and then I am putting a tiny bit of water with the end of a water paintbrush. So if you have a dropper, this is going to make it a lot easier. You could use a squirt bottle if you have that, a spray bottle. I'm starting off this voiceover strong. And then I'm using the end of a paintbrush to mix this together and get everything mushy. So I wanted to include this in case you guys try it, of course, and also to let you guys know that this video is absolutely not clickbait. I didn't just mix Play-Doh with paint. The Play-Doh is actually paint. So here you can see I tested it out on a piece of regular computer paper, copy paper, and I had tested this a few days ago, so the pink one's already dry, and then this new one here is sticking to the page. It's not gonna crumble off or anything unless, you know, you do something really drastic to it. And here I'm testing it on canvas. Well, I have a test already. So as you can see, this is going to stick. You're not gonna waste your time by watching this and see it all crumble off at the end or anything. It's actually gonna stay, spoiler alert. So here I have a canvas, a very affordable one from Michael's, and I probably used a 40% off coupon or I got it on sale. With a colored pencil, I'm sketching rough outlines of the design I want to create, and as you can already tell, it's going to be a lion. It would have been cool if I could try and surprise you guys and wait till the end, but I totally failed at that in the sculpture video. You guys who have seen it know what I'm talking about. I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep this a secret till the end, and then when I was mixing the colors, I said what it was. I was having a lot of trouble coming to the decision of what colors would be visible on the and I did not plan for that to happen. Not the first time anyway. So yeah, there's really no way to surprise you here. I have the outline done and I do have a few more colors I'm preparing. Unfortunately, they're all different shades of brown, and I realized while doing this that it didn't actually look very appetizing. Not that you're gonna eat Play-Doh, but I mean mushy brown stuff on a canvas. Yeah, you could put two and two together. It just looks kind of gross at this point, but I promise if you stick around, there's more colors coming. See, look, that just does not look good. It looks like melted chocolate if you kind of keep a positive outlook. You want to make sure that the dough is moist enough. Oh, that is a gross word too. I'm sorry. But really, make sure that there's enough water in there to make it really sticky. I don't know if that's the correct word, but you don't want it to be a dough consistency anymore. It'll be similar to the consistency of actual paint, but of course not as runny. You can add more and more water to it, but the more water you add, the more translucent it becomes. So to make it stay opaque like this, you kind of just have to glide it along the canvas instead of trying to dilute it so much that you just kind of like paint it on like watercolors. You want this to be more of like a thick acrylic. Oh, and if you're curious about what I'm painting, quote unquote, with, it's not actually a paintbrush. It is a clay shaper. I have 2 packs with different sizes, small and larger. They're not really that big, but these are so helpful. If you don't have these, maybe a popsicle stick would work or the end of a paintbrush, but these just make it so much nicer to paint on the dough. The question of today's video is, what is your absolute favorite animal? And if you can't choose, because that's a hard question, you can leave multiple, but comment them below to let me and everyone else know. Mine is probably a cat. I love cats so much, but I have a little guy His name's Leo and he's an American Longhair. Fun fact, I actually started creating this piece a few days ago on International Cat Day. So that is one of the reasons that I chose to do a lion, but the other reason is I was trying to recreate something that was in my life for a very short period of time. No, I didn't have a lion. I had a painting of a lion, or a canvas like wall art piece of a lion head. It came damaged. It had a big slit in it you can't see here. I never got to replace it because when I took it back in person at their store location, they looked it up and said that there were none left online or in any stores nearby or probably anywhere. So I never got a replacement. This is gonna be my replacement. So getting back to the technique here, I tried to use different shades of brown for the face to make it look a little bit three-dimensional and realistic. It's really not going to get to that point, but I tried. The black detail was ridiculous. It took me, I want to say, an hour at least, like right around there, to do just the outlines around the eyes and this nose and mouth area. So it was pretty difficult to just get that to stick and get it to be the right shape and everything. I tried to put some shadows in here with a darker brownish color. And now I'm moving on to the lion's mane, which was the most fun, but it also took the longest. Each part of the mane took at least 10 minutes. I don't know why, like it's just hard to get this stuff to spread and stay down. But at this point I was all in, I was fully committed, and I knew I had to finish this piece because, you know, it's a fun idea that I haven't seen anyone try on YouTube or anywhere. Years ago I did actually review a product called Doh Vinci, which is kind of similar to this idea, except for the fact that you squirt the dough out with a little gun type thing, and it's not as mushy and you don't paint it. So it's kind of a similar concept. I found that if you let water sit in the dough for a few hours and come back to it and it's just all distributed evenly in there, then it works a lot better than if you just put in the water right away and mix it, if that makes sense. So if you do want to save yourself a little bit of time, I would recommend doing that. I've done weird things in the past, like painting with Skittles and drawing with makeup. If you haven't seen those videos and you're interested, I will link them below and in the iCard. At first I had thought of maybe doing the lion's mane a rainbow, but I didn't want to overkill it. I kind of wanted to make it more of the traditional safari type colors, so I stuck with just browns, oranges, yellows, reds. You can see that I am applying white even though the canvas is white. I'm doing this because I want the entire painting to be the same texture. Even though it does look about the same color as the canvas, it wouldn't look great if I just left that blank. It would look unfinished. A trick for the white, because it dries kind of a weird color if you don't add anything into it, put a tiny bit of light blue, and just for some reason that makes it dry to be a more true white. At this point I was so relieved to be on the last stripe of the mane, and at this point I had already put in, I want to say 10 hours of work-ish. I didn't actually like have a stopwatch to time myself, but I was aware of the time I had spent, you know, the previous day and then this day. My favorite part was just going back over some of the browns and darkening areas, and then darkening those white areas a bit since they were just too much of a contrast. I had to balance it out. Now the moment that you guys have been waiting for. At least I was so excited to do this. I saved it for last because I thought it would make it come to life. I don't know, eyes are just really magical. So I did a yellow to teal gradient. I tried anyway to blend it as best as I could. And then I put the pupils in and the lion is alive. Not gonna lie though, I was expecting it to turn out a little bit less deformed. I don't know, he doesn't look great. It's supposed to look like his head's tilting, but it doesn't really come across that way. Even though I really don't recommend that you paint with Play-Doh because it takes forever and it's challenging and it's frustrating, I'm gonna tag these people, my friends, to maybe try this challenge. So, Chloe Art, Mira Byler, NerdECrafter, SuperRaeDizzle, BayleeJae, and Jazza, I challenge you guys to try this and waste your time. Yay! So let them know that I challenged them here on YouTube somewhere, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you wanna bug them. And also any of you guys who wanna try it are welcome to as well. Make sure that you tag me or comment somewhere to let me know that you've tried it. It was pretty difficult, honestly. Rawr. To be honest, he's a little wonky. I'm not extremely happy with him, but I did a thing and it's exciting, and maybe I'll try this again and make something better. I don't know. I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye.